This is a song that I'd like to sing. Yeah. For all the sons and all the daughters in the room. Guess that means all of us, huh? We're all someone's daughter, we're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other down the barrel of a gun? That's a great song. All right. I better have my first little drink of water tonight. I'm getting a bit thirsty up here. To be sure, I'm talking in an Irish accent all of a sudden. I've got some friends from Gay Period from Paris here tonight. Ouais, bon oui. Bonsoir. And there's some folks I met from Ljubljana. Oh, there they are. The Slovenians are here, look out. And of course, you've got a few Dutch people here tonight as well. So keep your eye on your wallet. And of course, you've got several Italians, and of course some Australians. One up here, and one doing the sound for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's Steve Law on sound. Isn't it good? When I was a little boy, I was lucky enough to be given a couple of Chet Atkins records, and I wore them out very quickly. But I sat there all the time looking at photographs of him and reading every word I could find that he spoke, anywhere, whether it was in a magazine or a newspaper, whatever. I wanted to know him. And my father passed away when I was just before my 11th birthday, and so I was very young. And I'm one of 6 children, but I was always pretty much a loner. And so I used to retreat to my room and play my music and look at Chet's photos and dream about meeting him. And that consumed a lot of my childhood, playing guitar, listening to Chet Atkins records. And eventually, I thought I better write him a letter. So I wrote a fan letter to him. And on the envelope, I wrote, Chet Atkins, Nashville, America. That's it, and I sent it. And he got it. Somebody probably delivered it on horseback to him. But anyway, so Chet got this letter. And do you know, 2 months later, I came home from school, and my mother said, put your bag down and go in your room, there's something on your bed. And I went in my room, and there was this big brown envelope on my bed. And it had American stamps on it with eagles on them and everything, and I was so excited. And I opened that envelope, and there was a beautiful letter and a black and white photograph signed to me from my idol, Chet Atkins. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited and inspired. I must have looked at it for days and days, and I got it framed and put it by my bedside. He was my hero, my mentor, my idol. And so I worked very hard all my life, and in 1980, I finally got enough money to make that magical trip from Sydney, Australia, to Nashville, Tennessee, and back. And so I got to meet my idol, and you know, I listened to his music so much, I felt that I knew him. I knew what he would be like as a person inside. And do you know what? I was right. I did know him. And I learned a great lesson when I met him, and that is, You cannot separate who you are from your music. The two are one. So when I play for you, you know me because you know my music. I can't hide who I am. It all comes out in my music, and it's the same thing I learned from Chet Atkins. And so I went to his office, and I wanted to play for him, and he made me feel very comfortable. And I played for him, and he watched me play for a while, and he kept saying, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And he was pointing out all the things that were my idea in his music, you see. And so it was his way of saying that I had my own style, I had my own way. And it was a very nice thing for a giant to do to a little person. And then many years later, we became really good friends. And then in the mid-90s, I got invited to his house, and we recorded an album together. And my dream came true. It was my dream when I was 10 years old that we would play together. And so it came true. It just goes to show you. And I came from a very poor family in a tiny country town in Australia. I had no real education. I still don't read music. I play everything by ear. But I had this dream, and I was very determined. And those two things, along with all the work I put in, got me there anyway. You know, I never had the opportunity to go to places like Berkeley College of Music or study with Stander Barrett. So it just goes to show you that anything is possible. And I'm the example to you of that. And that's true. Yeah. In 2001, Chet passed away, and I got to spend some really precious hours with him before he passed away. And I showed him a photograph of my father that my mother had given me. And this photograph was taken, I think, in the late 40s. So my father was wearing a kind of overcoat with the collar up and a hat down on his head like that. Typical guy in the 40s, you know. And then Chet showed me a photograph of his father. And there it was, the same thing. Coat and the hat on the same angle. They almost looked like they were related. And I said to him, look, that reminds me of the song that you used to sing about your daddy when you would put the hat on and sing the song. And he said, yeah. He said, I want you to keep singing that song. And I said, oh, I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. That's precious to you. And he said, no, you don't understand. People need to hear this song. And I said, yes, sir. So I'm singing it for him tonight. But it's really from him to you. Okay? I'm just the guy in the middle. It goes like this. When I was young, my dad would say, come on son, let's go out and play. Sometimes it feels like yesterday. Then I'd climb up the closet shelf when I was all by myself. I'd grab his hat and I'd fix the brim, pretending I was him. No matter how hard I try, no matter how many years go by, no matter how many tears I cry, I still can't say goodbye. He always took care of Mom and me, and we all cut down the Christmas tree. Daddy always had some time for me. The wind blows through the trees, the street lights, they still shine bright. Most things seem the same, but I miss my papa tonight. I walk by the Salvation Army store, saw a hat like my daddy wore. I tried it on as I walked in, 'cause I'm still trying to be just like him. No matter how hard I try, no matter how many years go by, no matter how many tears I cry, I still can't say goodbye. I still can't say goodbye. We still miss you, Papa.